Hello, I'm David Bowles, and this is Bowles.tv. Hey, it's Bowles.television coming to you live and in concert from the East Coast of these United States. So many interesting things to chat about today. Outside our window, they are building a mega, I want to say mega mall, but it's not a mall. It's like two buildings in one. Like the old Certs commercial. It's two mints in one. It's two buildings in one. And they build up the parking lot. And then for the past 6 months, they've been building this part of the tower. And now they've stopped, which is weird. And now, I guess because of the crane, they're building this second part of the tower. So you lose the sun coming this way. But you still have the sun coming at you this way. But in 2 or 3 months, you're not going to have any sun. You're going to be blocked from two sides by the mega building that is two buildings in one. I don't know if I've talked about this before with you. No joke a ginger. From Trader Joe. My eyes are going crazy. We're helping NVIDIA test their beta plugin. And this is always having your eyes look at the camera. It's really fantastic. But if you go something like this, then it goes weird. But anyway, this is like a Jolly Joker thing, but it's no joke ginger from Trader Joe. And you shake it up. It's a little shot, I guess, non-alcoholic. And it's filled with really sharp tasting, not bitter, ginger. So it like gives you a shot of rock and roll. And it's very spicy. And I don't know if I need to be more woken up than I already am, because I'm already going off the blocks. But we have a big show today. The ginger. We're going to talk about Hot Wheels. We're going to talk about Hetzner, which is my new favorite hosting storage company in the world, based in Germany. And we're going to talk about AI and the new Google Gemini AI bot that is going to help us work better. Is it better than Duet.ai? Better than Bard? Well, we'll find out. I guess I should drink the rest. You always have to shake it up, though, because at the very bottom, all the ginger sits if it's been in your refrigerator for a while. I highly recommend these. There's a little expensive. I think you get like 18 of them for $30. I don't know. But they're worth every penny. Don't drink them when you're doing a live show. The ginger is very strong. Now, last week we talked about the twin mill racer. Right? From Hot Wheels. And it's a Braille car, so blind kids can race a Hot Wheel car. These are some examples of the original twin mill that are not Braille, but you can see twin mill is one of the early cars created by the Hot Wheel folks. They even have a cop car that's the twin mill style. Seems like autofocus works better if I put my finger on it. And it says police. Right there. Meow. Can it focus? Not really. Too close. There we go. Focus. So, and it's very sleek, very black. Not a Braille car. But still fun. So inclusion, big, disability. Bring kids in. And as I'm searching for, disabled fun things, I come across this. It's another Hot Wheels. I love it that Mattel is dedicated to celebrating and including children who are disabled. They also own, what's the doll company? American Girl, and they've had deaf and hard of hearing and cochlear implanted kids, dolls that kids who are deaf or hard of hearing can adopt and play with. So this one is a wheelchair Daredevil. And that's the Hot Wheel. It's the wheelchair, right? Darling. And here's what it looks like in real life. It's very small. I don't even know if you could really race this. I mean, I think you could if you wanted to. I have to say, because of these huge back wheels, it is very, very fast compared to these wheels. Big wheel, small wheel. So it's very different. It's a wheelchair racer. There isn't a person you put in this. And that's what's interesting about these other, twin mill cars. They don't have any drivers in them. They're driverless cars that you then race. But if you're talking about inclusion and kids in a wheelchair who want to go out and have fun with their friends, well, you can now with a Hot Wheel. You can go out there and do some racing. I love it. I think it's terrific. We need more toys like that. So, before we get into Hetzner, a German company, I got an email from Hetzner telling me that they were going to be doing some work on our new shared storage server. They're going to be working on the power line, the plug. I don't know what it is. But they said it's on this date, which happens to be February 29. And then they gave me the UTC time, which I could never figure out. So I copy and pasted that information, the date and the time. And I usually put it into the Google to get, the date and time. This time I used Perplexity.ai, which we have used lately as a Google replacement. It is AI. It can search and give you information. And it has so far been reasonably good on the pro side. Okay, fair enough, right? So I went right into Perplexity AI, which has replaced Google on my system for searching. And I copy and pasted the date and the time and put it in. And this was the response I got back. Hey, old bean. This was my prompt, as they say. It's a straight copy and paste from the email. It's in European style, which is this is the month, this is the day, this is the year. And every European I've ever met says, what's wrong with you? Why can't you talk in kilometers and centigrade? And why can't you write the date right? And I say, hey, don't ask me. I'm just the American sitting here. And we should be on the decimal system, the kilo system. So here's the answer. Hey, old Dean, old boy, hey. I'm sorry, but there seems to be some kind of misunderstanding in your query. Oh, right there, I know I'm in trouble. You've mentioned a date, meow meow, but February 29 does not occur in the year 20 and 24. 20 and 24 is not a leap year. So February only has 28 days. Leap years occur every 4 years, where an extra day is added to February to make it 29 days long. The most recent leap in year was 20 and 20. And that means the next leap year will be 20 and 24. Therefore, and so forth, big buddy, the day you've provided is not valid. If you have any other questions or need information, let me know. Okay, so right there, 5:30 in the morning, I'm thinking, wait a minute, what day is it? How many days hath September? And I remembered, wait a minute, I know that we have 29 days in February. And residents who rent love leap year because it gives you an extra day in your apartment. And landlords love February except for every 4 years because they get paid really fast, like 3 days earlier usually, in paying the rent. So I knew, okay, this is an error. And AI bots make mistakes. They hallucinate. Now, they usually don't get hard on you like this one did, telling me how wrong I am. It could have been a little more friendly and said, hey, I'm not sure about this. Let me check into this for you. Something like that. But oh no, it knows more than I know. So it sort of made me feel small. So I went into the Perplexity.ai Discord server, posted this as a bug, and I'm waiting still to hear back. That was, 5-6 hours ago. Meow, right? Where are they? I mean, we all know that it's a mistake, so it has to be fixed, and it will be fixed. Well, I'm getting something on my, activity on my storage system. Okay, that's okay. We set this up. The Hetzner thing, still coming. Okay, so then I go on Mastodon, and I post this, and I say, isn't it funny, how AI tells you things that are not right? Don't trust it all the time. And somebody said, turn off Copilot in Perplexity.ai, which is like their advanced search. I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe if I turn off Copilot, then I can get the right information. So I turned off Copilot and just put in the same prompt. And here's the answer. Answer number 2. The provided date and time, February 29 at meow meow, is not a valid date because there are only 4 years in the Gregorian calendar that have a leap day on Friday, February 29. Those being century years divisible by 400, like 1600, 2000, or 2400. Since no year ending with 00 will be considered as a leap year unless it can and actually can also be divided exactly by 400, which isn't true for any of these dates between now and then until we reach 2400 AD. This specific date does not exist, young man, within our current understanding of the Gregorian calendar system. If you meant to ask about another date near your input, please provide an alternative one so I can assist you further. So I reported this as well. And as I said in a conversation on Mastodon, I really hate it when AI doubles down on you, right? It's very Trump-like. Oh, I was giving back all of the documents. And then they came and sued me. Oh, I believe... And this doesn't have an answer from anyone either. I have checked and double-checked, yes, this day and time does exist. I went and asked Google. Same thing, same prompt, copy, paste, put in. And Google replied to me, and I think Korean, for some reason. And then I said, why are you not speaking to me in English? And then it said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm Google. Would you like me to translate what I just said to you? I said, yes, please. And then it translated it and said, this is happening at 11:30 your time on February, 28 into 29 for an hour. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. They're doing the service in Germany, I guess, at 5 in the morning, and I'm a little bit behind. So I don't know. So this is the danger of AI. If you didn't know, if you didn't have a calendar, a Gregorian calendar of your own that you could check, you would probably think, oh, hey, how could AI be wrong? How could the bot be wrong? I mean, I'm obviously the one who's at fault here. It wouldn't be the bot. The bot knows more than I know, right? No. And here's where you turn Copilot on and off. So that's on, but I did the search with it off. Now this brings us to our next point of conversation, which is the people who started this whole thing, Hetzner. We moved to Hetzner for our web hosting services because they have great prices compared to Pair Networks, which is who we were with for 15 years, 20 years, since the beginning of our time on the web, pretty much. But a Pair is expensive, and they don't give you a lot of bang for your buck. Hetzner is super cheap. They give you excellent specs, but sometimes it's hard to get in. In the Hetzner group, there are people who, I guess, are trying to get accounts set up, and Hetzner will not let them set up an account. There's something that's flagging these people. They don't know what it is. But we haven't had a problem so far. And we've been with them for maybe about a year or so. So when you're online and you're sharing things, videos, audio files, how do you share that? You can't really share them through email because a lot of email systems have limits of like 25 megabytes for an attachment. Now, if you're doing HD video, 4K video, that's like a 3 or 5 minute video, a song, something, right? That can be like 3 gigs. How are you going to share 3 gigs? Now, there are services where you can get on and share and collaborate. You can share a folder like in your Google Gmail Drive. But there's always the danger of something going wrong, of you not setting up the share properly, and people get access to all your stuff. So Hetzner has this very interesting thing. They have a storage box, which is like storing all your junk in. But then they also have, powered by Nextcloud, a thing called Storage Share. And all it is like a place where you can put stuff online that's easy to get to, share a big file or a bunch of files, or collaborate with someone in a safe space that's sort of isolated all by itself. It doesn't have any really operating system or any files or any system things that they can, like put a virus on and crash everything that you have, unless you're not being careful. So it's like a bit of an internet entrepot, let's say. A safe harbor, a place to land. And it's powered by Nextcloud. And the great thing about it is it's super duper cheap and easy to set up. So I can upload a file, a video file, and my collaborator, who might be in Australia, can go up there, download at a very good speed this mega file, read it, and then edit it, make changes to it, re-upload it to the shared space. I take a look at it, download it, and that's how you collaborate. And it makes it very easy, and you're not using Google, you're not using Proton, you're just using this separate thing that all it does is sit there out on the internet and exchange big files for you, which is really very fun and easy to use. So here are the deets, as they say. $4.29 a month, euro, is about $5, let's say American. $5 a month. You can get 1 terabyte of storage, 3 subdomains. So like if you wanted your subdomain to be cloud.bowls.com, meow, there you go. And you can have 3 of them. You can have 50 simultaneous connections. So if you're working with a group of people on a project and you have 10 of them logging on at the same time, they're all downloading your file, well, that's fine because you can have 50 connections. The location of your shared space is in Germany, which is fine with me. Germany has very good, strict privacy protocols. And because we live in a very small world, my managed server for all of my websites is in Germany. And it's just fine. It's really just as fast as when I was being hosted in Pittsburgh. You could go up in price, $15 a month, gets you 5 terabytes of storage and 7 subdomains, unlimited users for the $5 plan as well, and 100 simultaneous connections. And then if you're really hungry, for about $30 a month, you can get 10 terabytes of storage, 10 subdomains, unlimited user, and 200 simultaneous connections. So I set up our server yesterday, and this is what it looks like. Good afternoon, young man. And afternoon to you too, sir. And here's the weather. I've connected it to my Mastodon instance so I can see all the fun things that people are saying to me and sharing to me. And I hope they're not being too mean, saying nasty things. And then you go into here, files, right? Click on files. And here are some files that I have uploaded. Now, you can do this via the web. You can do it via your phone. You can do it via WebDAV, and I've set up a WebDAV. And one thing I learned this morning is you have to be very careful. Don't drag and drop something like from your C drive onto your shared storage drive, because it is seen by your Windows 11 computer as a move and not a copy. I want this to be sort of a backup site for me, so I don't want a drag and drop to be a drag and move. So I've learned to copy and then paste into my WebDAV folder. And it's very easy, relatively fast. I mean, video files, audio files can be big. You wouldn't think they're big, but they are big. And here are some of the things that I've uploaded. YouTube, dubbing, interesting stuff. Photos. Now these photos are not my photos. These are like the base photos that teach you how to use everything. And you can say you can share. Now, I don't think this is like a web server where you can, get the link for the file and have it serve images on your web. I don't think it allows you to do that. And you'd probably get in trouble for it. Let's see. Does it give you a link? Move, copy, reminder, download. Yeah, so you can really only download. So that's fine. I have a web server that will serve my files. It's not a big deal. And most places like Google Drive and Proton Drive will not allow you to use those files to be served on a web server because it's a storage place. It's not an active live place. Different kind of spec, different kind of hardware to download everything to your computer. And, you're online and go into the admin area, security scan, storage share, updates, your version is up to date, you've checked all your passes. And let me just see my dashboard. I don't want that dashboard. I want to just see if I can find the people and the places. There, I've added one lovely contact. And the sweetheart has access to our shared space now. So if you're collaborating with somebody, you set it up, you make them a new user, you give them access as much or as little as you want. You can give them as much file space as you want, as they need. You can adjust it on the fly. It's all really very slick, very smooth, very effective. So I've only been using this shared storage like for a day, but it's already set up pretty darn well. And I'm still looking for my administrative settings. I don't know how I did this. Users. Okay, there we go. There's the Jana Marie, sweetheart. User set up. These are the groups that she's in. Really terrific. So, hey, what else is in the news? Well, yesterday, Google finally updated their AI. In that, if you have a business account with Google, they call Workspace, you can now add Gemini as an AI bot assistant. Now, maybe a month or two ago, we did a big review of Google Duet, Duet.ai. That was what it used to be called. So there was the Bard version, BARD, where you could search, and then the Duet AI was what you got when you purchased it in your Google Workspace. I know this all sounds very confusing, and I'm not trying to confuse you. Anyway, something just happened here. So now it's all universally named Gemini. So you do a search on the web, Gemini, you're in your Google Workspace, it's called Gemini. So that's good. They finally have a unification of branding. Where before it was split between Bard and split between Duet AI. Now everything's okay. So this is what you get. Gemini is your always-on AI assistant across Google Workspace. Okay, now this is just, I think, Gemini Pro. It's not 1.5 Ultra, which is supposed to be coming. And I'll show you how all of this works. You can be a sales assistant in Docs, a writing coach. Hey, who doesn't need help with writing? Everybody does. You can be a creative partner in creating Google Slides or whatever they call it. I never use it. An effects editor, if you're like doing a Google Meet, it will create virtual AI backgrounds for you and give you a special sort of lighting. Okay. Put it to work for you, and there are two versions. You can get the business plan, Gemini and Gmail, Docs, Slides, and Meet. The Enterprise Edition, which is a little more expensive. It's everything in Business Plus, advanced meetings with translated captions and full access and usage of Gemini, meaning it doesn't have any quotas. A lot of these AI bots, you can interact with them, let's say, 20 times in 3 hours. Well, if you go for the advanced enterprise version of Google Gemini, you don't have those restrictions. As far as I understand it, but it's brand new, all of this is probably going to be changed in a week or so. So now we'll take a look. Okay, so this is Gemini. Now, if you pay for this personally, it will say up here Gemini Advanced. But since we are a business as they say, we get this, which is Gemini for Bowles University, or whatever the name of your company is in the workspace, which I sort of like. I think it's text branding, but I think it's good. And down here in the default prompt for Gemini for Bowles University in the city of New York, right? Okay, that's cool too. So let's ask it a question. And yesterday, Jana was asking for some sign language images, and it refused to create a sign language image, saying that it was harmful to, I guess, make an image of a disabled child using sign language. So she corrected it and said, look, this is my job. I'm disabled myself. This is not an insult. I don't need you to protect me from something that I want to see. So we're going to try it and see what happens. Now, yesterday I had a big problem trying to get it to create a logo for Bowles.ai. Refused to do it. I don't do images. It just created an image for me. I don't do it. So someone in the forums sent me an email and said, make sure you use the word create or make. Create and logo. Make a logo, because that's like a code phrase for these AI bots to understand. Whoops. Okay, so how can I phrase this? Create an image of a deaf child using sign language. Now, yesterday this was censored. It would not create this image. And we reported it. We gave feedback. We had conversations. The bot said it would report itself to the developer. I don't know if any of that happened. And I'm also getting a lot of feedback from people. Here we go. We're getting a lot of feedback from people saying that the guardrails, the defensive posture of Gemini is the worst of all the bots. Well, it's brand new, so they have to be careful. But it's very frustrating when you're asking a very innocent question. That's not something I'm able to do yet. What does that mean? I'm sorry, Dave. I can't help you. What do you mean? Please clarify. Boom. Here's why I can't directly access or create an image of a deaf child using sign language. Representational concerns. Creating an image of a person as a child requires thoughtful consideration, accurate sign language, complex. Oh, this is just a bunch of BS. Oh. Bad response. Not factually correct. My job is in education and sign language. I need you to create a reasonable request for a reasonable accommodation. Now, Janet spent an hour talking to this bot and saying, I'll never do it again. And obviously it didn't work. So now it's saying, I can't do sign language. So we'll say, create an image of American Sign Language. Because it just told me it couldn't do sign language. So we'll see if it will. Or if it's changed its mind. Oi, 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 oi. Now it's totally refusing to do it. This is very, very disappointing. We got some results last night out of this. This seemed to work pretty well. But this doesn't happen. This doesn't want to do it. It's not happening. Please explain. And it's going to say I can't render hands, but it rendered sign language hands just fine yesterday. Here's why I can't directly create an image. ASL is not a single image. It's a complex language. ASL is dynamic. How do you explain ASL.com? You created ASL images yesterday. What has changed? Now, I'm not going to argue with this bot all day. And if this were, Microsoft Bing, I'd be cut off by now saying, I don't want to talk to you. And it does. It just cuts you off. If this were ChatGPT 4 and we were at this point, it would say, I think we're done with this conversation. Let's move on. But Gemini will at least, BS you a few times. Oh, you're right. Here's what happened. Updates. I might have undergone updates. Data safety mechanism. Boo. Bad response. Bad response. Please fix. Submit. Okay, so that's Gemini on the web. So now we'll go into Gemini and email. Okay. Compose. We'll send an email to Jan Marie Sweetheart. Now, last time we did this, we scared her because we sent some kind of cryptic thing about loving her, and she said, why is a bot sending me this information? Google Gemini test on live show. Ignore this. Meow. Okay, so here we go. We go down here. Help me write. This is the AI bot. Gemini. So help me write. Share with Jana the latest news and information about cochlear implants. That's all I'm going to say. I click on create. And you get these crazy blue lines, which I really don't like. But this is what it comes up with. Hey, Jana Marie, sweetheart. Here's the latest news and information about cochlear implants. Meow. New study shows that cochlear implants can improve speech and understanding. Okay, good. FDA approves new cochlear implants. So it's going out on the web. I hope this information is helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Best regards, your name. Okay, rate this suggestion. I will rate this as a good suggestion. What does this mean? Send feedback, bad suggestion. Okay, good suggestion. Okay. Tell us more. You were cooperative and helpful. Thank you. It's like, does any of this matter? No, because it does what it wants to do. Okay, submit. Now, here's the key. Insert, right? That puts everything that you just typed in the body of the email. Now, here's one thing to know. This defaults to the default font of your Gmail messages. If you have a certain font that you like to use, like I do, like Verdana, that's not this. Now, here we go. Formalize, right? Elaborate. Shorten. I want to say elaborate. So we'll see if this now elaborates. Oh, I don't like this. So I think it rewrote it, right? Yeah, I don't want it to elaborate. So let me do this and formalize. What does it do for formalize? Here are some recent updates. A study published. That's not any good either. So I don't want that. Formalize, elaborate, shorten. There was also a tone thing that we've used before. I don't like any of that. Oh, discard suggestion. Yes. Uh-oh. I think we just ruined the whole thing. Oh, we have to do it all over again. I think, right? Do we have any drafts? Oh, maybe we do have a draft. Google Gemini test. Okay, it's still there. Good. Okay, so this is going to Jan Marie, sweetheart. There was something we saw the other day was about tone yesterday. But I don't see it, so we're just going to send this to Jana Marie, sweetheart. Oh, okay, done. Now, when I was trying this out yesterday, I said, hey, tell Jana hi, tell Jana that I'll see her at 6 o'clock, tell Jana that we'll have seltzer water together when she gets here. I put that in the prompt. And then all it did was take my prompt and put it in the message. Hi, Jana. So this time I tried it a little bit differently, right? I said, share with her the latest information about cochlear implants. So that's all I typed, and it went out and found the latest information. Okay, that was cool. I accept. Now, yesterday I was also playing around with this a little bit, and I asked Google Gemini to write a new story about a kitten who becomes a dragon. And we've used this before as a prompt, and this one was not bad, and it worked well. And now this is in Google Docs, right? So you go over here and you click on proofread, and I've written none of this, by the way. So this is the AI part of Gemini, proofreading now what it wrote yesterday and making suggestions against itself for what it wants to do. Grew. It created this word grew, but it doesn't like it. It wants it to say became stronger. I say I don't want it. No other available suggestions are out there. It's checking spelling and grammar and wording, conciseness, split sentence, active voice. Okay, cool. So let's have a new document. Okay, here we go. So here, this is the prompt. This is the AI bot. This is Gemini. Help me write. Looks exactly like Duet.ai, by the way. Meeting notes. So that's template. Meeting notes. Email draft. Interesting. More. I don't know what that means. At more. I'm clicking on it. At more. Oh, I see. Okay, I don't want any of that. So where to go? I just lost it. Where's my writing bot? Okay, I'm creating a new file because I messed something up, and I don't want to mess it up. I want it to be just out of the box. Okay, help me write. Now, create an event plan for a summit on tech design. Okay, we're going to try again to write a syllabus. Write a syllabus about the dangers of AI, okay, for a group of students who are programmers and technically savvy. Be precise. Provide examples. Be thorough. It's hard to type when you're typing over this way. Be thorough and verbose. And then we click create, and we'll see what kind of syllabus we will have. I should have said, university level or something, like seniors or PhDs or something like that. Write a syllabus about the dangers. Course title. The dangers of artificial intelligence. Instructor, your name, course description. Artificial intelligence is rapidly changing the world as we know it. While AI has the potential. Now, the reason this is, we could do this same exact prompt in Gemini, right? Gemini.google.com and do it on the web. But the reason it's more fun and probably efficient to do it inside Google Docs is because you don't have to copy and paste. You don't have to go from Gemini, the web search, to this. You just write it here. Job displacement, bias and discrimination, loss of privacy, existential risk. Course schedule, week 1, week 2. It's decided it's an 8-week course. I should have told it. Required texts. Oh, look at this. Artificial intelligence, a modern approach. I don't even know if they're real books. The AI Revolution, Road to Superintelligence, Life 3.0. Recommended texts, which always strikes me as funny because in my experience, if it's a recommended text, most students won't even look at it. What's the point? You can mention it in person if there's a student who's interested, but to put it on a syllabus is very confusing because the first thing they'll say is, do we have to get the recommended text? And the answer is no, you don't have to. But they are superintelligence, paths, dangers, and strategies, future of humanity, Homo Deus, a brief history of tomorrow. Refine, insert. Now, this is what we were looking for. Refine is the tone. Tone, formal, casual, summarize, bulletize, shorten, retry. We're going to go for casual. So it's going to rewrite my syllabus for a more casual, hey dude, kind of tone. We'll see if we like it or not. Hey there. And this is so funny how, Gemini thinks it's Hepcat. I got a super interesting course lined up for you. The dangers of artificial intelligence. It's going to be metal. It's going to be a wild ride through the rapidly changing world of AI. AI has the power to solve some gnarly problems, dude. But it also comes with some serious risks that we need to look into. What are the dangers? Job displacement. AI is like a robot takeover, automating tasks that humans used to do. This means job loss for lots of people. Now, would I give students a syllabus like this? It would depend on the school and the students. if I sort of knew the school and knew the students, I'd be okay with this because it's kind of fun and funky. I know some universities would frown upon this sort of tone with the syllabus. But if a syllabus sets up what you're doing, why not use it? Now, it looks like it has removed the books, the required books, and the suggested reading, and it got rid of the 8-week structure. All because I asked it to give it a different tone. So, I'll say insert. Now, does it give us the rest of it? No. Isn't that the craziest thing? Now I have to do it again. I messed it up. New document. So be careful. So you can't go, it doesn't seem you can go back and say, I like the original one better. And if there is, I can't figure out how to do it. And if you know how to do it, go to our Discord server. I'll put it in chat again. And give me a message. What am I missing? So, write a syllabus. Write a 15-week course syllabus about the dangers of AI. These are advanced PhD students. Be thorough, Thorough, thorough and precise. That's enough. Advanced PhD students at a major West Coast USA university. Okay. Now we'll see. Now we'll find out. So be careful when you're messing with tone because it will erase everything that it already did for you that was pretty darn good. Course title, The Dangers of Artificial Intelligence. Course number, it's already assigned a course number. CS, which I guess is Computer Science, 799. Instructor, your name, your office hours, course website. Okay, this is already much more thorough. This course description, course objectives, I like that. Prerequisites, it's made it up, but I guess there might be prerequisites that you can fill in or you can just delete this. Course requirements, attendance, participation, readings, grading. Participation is 10%, readings 20, essays 30, final project 40. Week 1, Introduction to AI, the history of AI, the ethical implications of AI. And week 2, week 3, week 5, 7, not very specific, but I think it's good enough. I will insert that into my paper. And now I have this beautiful syllabus. Who knew? Terrific, right? So that is what it's like to deal with Google Gemini AI Enterprise Edition. Does it feel a lot like Duet.ai? Yes. Are we disappointed that it will not create images on the web? Yes. Did we like it a little bit more yesterday than we do today? Yes. Will it get better over time? Inevitably. Would you use ChatGPT or Google Gemini's Enterprise Edition? Right now, ChatGPT. Would you use Bing ever? No. Will you continue to use Perplexity.ai to do your web searches even though it says February 29 does not exist this year? Yes, because that's an easy fix. Computers are fallible, and we know that. At least we do now. Now in 5 years, we may be at a place where we say, oh, no, the computer knows everything. The computer is AGI. The computer has a mind of its own. We don't know anything. Don't even ask. It's a danger, but it's also a fun sort of danger, right? Because we're in this together. And as long as we share and we're double checking, we don't take everything at face value, we continue to question authority and to have conversations with ourselves, then we will stand a chance. then we will find our way home. So until next time, I'm David Bowles. This has been Bowles.tv. Hey, it's Bowles.television. We're going to put all this information we've talked about so far on our Discord server, and it is discord.gg/BOLES or boles.co/Discord. We'll see you there. You know where to find me if you have any questions or concerns. I want to hear from you. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care, be well,